how it's going.
Yeah, I'm pretty Fidel, doing pretty well in my life and trying to add some value with the grace of Almighty God. Thanks for your kind concern. How about your side? How life is treating you these days?
Just great, and I'm so ecstatic to meet with you just right now. And your English is so good. I found on your YouTube channel, and your YouTube channel you post many English-related videos that inspire me to call you and connect with you, so I could have a conversation with you. So I'm so glad to meet first time with you. So we don't know each other at much. So sir, would you like to tell something about yourself?
Sure, why not? I'd be more than happy to introduce myself. But before that, I'm very thankful to you for the adjectives, the words which you have from me, and I'm really thankful to you. The gratitude you have shown towards me. I'm being honored by all those terminologies. Secondly, let me introduce myself. Well, my name is Shiv, and I born and brought up in India. My native place is Uttarakhand. Moreover, by profession, I'm a central company employee, and as far as my academic qualification concerned, I'm done with my Master in English, Master in Commerce, and this year I'm pursuing a Master in Economics. This is my final year. Well, in addition to this, I do teach English to beginners and intermediate speakers through different online applications, and I have my own YouTube channel by the name of English with Teachership. So that's all from my side. If you want to know something else, feel free to ask. Else, you can introduce yourself.
Wow, it's great meeting with you, and your introduction is really good. So I think it's my turn to introduce myself. So actually, I'm Hizabin Moshe. I come from Bangladesh, and actually, I'm in a Bengali medium school. I'm a Bengali medium student. About my qualification, if you tell, I'm just in class 6, and currently my goal is to speak English fluently and confidently. About my hobby, if you can tell, I love to read books. I'm really a book lover. I love to do meditation. I love drawing. I love Bengali recitation and Bengali anchoring. So this is my hobby, and I'm interested in neuroscience. That's all about myself.
Wow, I'm delighted to hear that about you because you're from Bangladesh and in this early age, the way you are speaking is really so awesome and incredible. I'm literally flabbergasted and mesmerized. Thanks.
Wow. Thank you, sir, for appreciating me. And actually, I have a YouTube channel which name is Ms. Albin Mershi. I started about when I was still learning. I'm still learning at that stage now. But when I was just a beginner at that class 4 or class 5, I started my YouTube channel. So please pray for me and my YouTube channel, sir.
Sure, why not? I would, because I always admire those kids and children who are really excited and enthusiastic in order to work upon their spoken English, and especially if they also work on their communication side by side. Because I've seen many times there are so many children and kids. This early age, they don't have anything to do except to some, useless job. But in your case, you are so sagacious, and I would say brilliant. I must say that you indulge yourself into learning this accent, and moreover, I'm really fascinated the way you're speaking English because your accent is literally different from those people who are from Bangladesh. Because I've talked to many people who are from Bangladesh, but I didn't find a single person who doesn't have MTI in their spoken English. MTI simply means like mother tongue influence, which means when you talk to people who are from Bangladesh, you will get Bangla touch in their spoken English. But in your case, you have completely neutralized it by having a different foreign accent. So it's really great. So my quick question for you that which accent do you follow in order to speak English, and how did you learn this accent?
Actually, sir, thank you for appreciating again. I'm telling, because I'm still learning. I'm still beginner. Your accent is too good. And actually, I follow American and British buds. And currently, I'm talking an American accent, and sometimes I talk in British accent. And actually, my accent journey started from when I was just in class 3. I don't know how to write English. I don't know how to speak English fluently, so I don't have any. When my teacher asks me question in English, I don't be able to understand it and able to answer it. So inspiration from my mind, and my parents helped me a lot. They got me a lot. They play me English music, songs, podcasts, and for me, basically, I love to watch English cartoons and love to watch motivational speeches, and that helped me a lot to improve my accent. And one of the best thing is I don't have any target to learn English, but when I came to learn English, I suddenly started watching English Dreams. It may sound crazy, but I know that, and I have self-talk with myself. And whenever I play many games, that actually I don't play any online games. I just play offline games actually. In my home, I play many games. So at that time, I used to tag in English. I used to describe the environment in English. So I think I started watching TV in English, and everything settings will be in English, I think. And I started making English videos, English related videos in my YouTube channel. And I think this is a learning platform. This is a practicing platform. So have to use it in good way. And that all.
Okay, wow, whatever information you have shared with me, that's really incredible. And you have proved that if someone wants to learn something, there's no excuses for him or her. It depends on his or her dedication, strong determination, enthusiasm, that how much eager he or she is in order to acquire a foreign language, and you have proven it. And secondly, the tools which you have used, like talking with yourself, watching videos, and creating a self-English environment, is really admirable and phenomenal. I must say that because I've been talking to many people, and they have been keeping like they have kept complaining that they don't have English speaking environment, so how they can speak English. But you have proved wrong, all of them, because you don't even have an environment of English where you can speak English with anyone. Still, that once you decided, like, I had to learn this language, and you have learned it, and not only learned, but in fact, you have learned in a very magnificent and fabulous way. So, and second thing, I would say that I've seen many people they try a lot in order to acquire this accent, but still, when I'm talking to them, they are just talking a very fake accent. Anyone can easily understand like they are faking, they are pretending that they are native speakers. Exactly, they are not. So my message to all of them that be on your own accent. Just love your accent, whatever you have. All the time, improvising your accent or adapting for an accent is not a mandatory. It's just all your choice. First, everyone should work on his basic English. Or like he should be in that position where he can speak English so confidently without making a single mistake, and without hesitation and shyness. Once he would reach on that level, then after he or she can go for learning of foreign accent. And learning an accent is not a big deal. Anyone can go for it, but the only thing which is really imperative is using that accent is an art. You need to understand, the level of your audience, the people to whom you're talking, because maybe you'll get to know that you're going to come across to so many people who are not even acquainted with an American and British accent. So for them, it would be made difficult where they can't even understand you. So I will say I want you to make a balance between all these three accents, like your own neutral accent, American accent, and British accent. Do you remember the level of speaker to whom you are talking? then only you have to use your accent. If you think like you're talking to your friend now, so it doesn't matter whether he is following a British or American accent, he can understand both accents. At the same time, if you're talking to someone who's from India or non-native speakers country, then you have to neutralize your accent and you have to speak in your own neutral accent so that you would be more comprehensible to him who is listening to you, right? And last but not least, I just want to know from your side that what do you think? Was learning accent really important to speak English fluently or not? And whatever your answer is, I want a reason behind it. Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's great. I know many people don't understand me sometimes, but you know what? I don't, in my own accent, if I speak, I'm used to American accent and British accent. So in my own accent, if I speak, that will be very hurt to me because from the childhood, I used to listen, I used to, watch many English native speakers, and that's why it will be very hard for me. So I've been comfortable in American accent. So as you tell, learning accent is so important, I think, in my opinion, because accent, in different accent, I don't know why, the reason behind it, but I want to just tell you it's so interesting to learn English in different angle, different accents. And besides learning English, you could communicate with other people, okay? So actually, sorry, could you please pause the video? Cause Azan is going on behind many background noise. Okay.
Yeah, you can mute your mic until I can speak because it happens. And I would say one thing that the point you have made over here regarding this accent and all, that once that we are learning English, at the same time we are learning a foreign accent, which facilitate us in order to have a very healthy and comfortable conversation with people who are from native speaker of native speakers of English. For example, the one is from United States, the one United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, all they have English as their native language. So if you talk to them, you don't even feel any kind of difficulties in order to have a conversation with them. So that could be an advantage. Moreover, learning an accent is not a crime, but the only thing you have to remember, if you're learning it, so learn by your heart, right? And learning an accent is something like cherry on the cake. You have a good command on English, you can speak English like a master. At the same time, you have a very beautiful foreign accent. It is something I would say cherry on the cake, right? So yes, go for it. That's really good. Yeah, over to you.
Yeah, accent is really great when we describe English in many ways. English is just a language. It's a huge language, and it has RP Polish, it has British, it has American, it has Australian, Canadian, and I'm just trying to learn English in different angles and different accents. It helped me to communicate, but more easy it will be if we communicate with America, British England, Great England, and it will be easier when you speak Australian or Canadian. To easy that, because British English is very different from American accent. British English and American English. These are both many differences between that. So when you go to England, they are not available in American English. Like they say many English that are not related in America. So it's a little bit easier when you speak English in many accents. So would you like to tell about your English journey, sir? Because I'm so interested to learn from you. Because your English is just so good, as my teacher, I'll follow you. So your English is just good. So could you tell me how did you start your English journey?
Well, to be very honest with you, I did my schooling for my own native language, that is Hindi. And 3.5 years back, I was such an awful and terrible speaker of English. I couldn't speak a sentence in English. In fact, I couldn't introduce myself in English. But and just because of that reason, many of my friends have insulted me a lot. But I told you now, like, if you have a spark in your body, if you have a burning desire to learn something, if you have ignited yourself in such a way that you are being enthusiastic and passionate about to learn something, so nothing is impossible. That's what I believe. And just keeping all these points in mind, I started my journey of learning this language 3.5 years back. Though I was not that much fluent at the time because I was kind of a shy and hesitated person, I was so introvert. But I started using one application and I used to talk with native speakers. From there, I started learning English. In my starting period, I couldn't understand them what exactly they were speaking. But by the time that I started interacting with them more and more, then I came to know about the accent, the way they articulate their words, the way they enunciate different sounds, and the way they have been using some slangs and reductions. All right. So that's what I've covered, and then after I started following some tips and tricks that I have been following for last 3.5 years. So what I will say that we need to remember that English is not our native language. Not Tangas is not even from India. So we do have our native language in your case Bengali and in our case Hindi. And while learning this language, if you are making any mistake, any point, or you can say if you are formuling, striking, we should not be ashamed about it. Second thing, I would say that we need to understand the power of this language. We need to find a strong reason in order to learn this language. If you have a powerful reason, you are going to learn it by your heart, because that single powerful reason will motivate you, inspire you in order to focus towards learning, not wasting your time in any useless stuff. Now, third thing is, words have some magical power. It means you have to enhance your vocabulary as much as possible because in our native language, we are so much comfortable in order to use our vocabularies because we are born with that language and we don't need to suppress in our brain in order to recall those words. But in terms of English, we need to pressurize and force in our mind what kind of lexicon I have to use. So learn at least one or two vocab on daily basis and incorporate the same vocabs in your day-to-day spoken English. Now, rule number four is we should not obsess with grammar rules in our initial stage. In our beginning time, we need to focus on our flowing confidence, like we should reach on that level where we can speak English with anyone around the world without hesitation or shyness. Once we reach on that level, then we can go for work on our accuracy, which means we can learn some grammar rules. But don't try to create a trap of grammar in our initial stage. Now, remember, five is practice, of course. The more you are consistent towards your practice, the better you can improve your spoken English. Because I've seen many times, today I have 4 hour, I'm doing 4 hour practice. But for next day I don't have time and I'm not doing practice now. If you're going to break the continuity of this language, you are going to lose everything whatever you have learned day before yesterday or yesterday. Right? So you need to maintain that rhythm. You have to maintain that momentum. Okay, now next one is English speaking environment. As you have done in your case, like you have started watching videos or English, you started talking to yourself, you started reading, and so many other stuff you have been doing in order to modernize your spoken English. So we need to create an English speaking environment at home. We should not think about it like I'm from rural area and I don't have English environment, so I can learn this language. That's totally wrong, right? You can talk to yourself. You can go for mirror practice. If you are walking in the home, just try to use your earbuds and listen some podcasts in English. And you can describe some pictures and paintings, whatever you have in your at your home, right? And now, next step is love is mistakes. It means like we all are human beings, of course. For humans, mistakes are allowed, right? So we should not get fear of making mistakes. I've seen many times people are not even speaking English because they feel I will speak English. People are going to make fun of me because I'm a beginner. I'm making a mistake, and they are going to criticize me. Forget about people. They don't even have any value in your life. Just remember your goal, why you are learning this language, and focus on it. So, mistake could be your biggest teacher. These mistakes can teach you where are you lacking and what are the loopholes you have in terms of spoken English. And then you can start walking and gradually you'll see that you are into speaking English like a flawless speaker, undoubtedly. Right. Now, next step is LRWs. You must heard about it, like listening, reading, and writing, speaking. These are four module of English. You can say four pillars of English. So listen podcasts, audiobooks, and listen to native speakers, watch their videos, perhaps listen English subtitles and English trainers profess will allow you to make up your mind in terms of spoken English. You're going to observe and acquire so many things from them. But make sure listening should be active listening, not passive listening. The second one is reading. Someone said rightly that the one who is a good reader today can become a good speaker tomorrow for sure. So just try to involve yourself into reading and all. I'm not saying that you have to read novel fictions and thesis, but whatever you love to read about, go for it. Make sure it should be in English. That's the only condition. Otherwise, everything is fitting fine. And the third one is writing. If you want to improve the authenticity of your English, it means you want to accurate your English. Writing could be the best tool that you can use in order to improve your grammar and you can give high level of accuracy to your spoken English. Because the common thing between speaking and writing is one that is called think English. Before write, you think, and before speak, you think. This is a common thing. So you can develop your thinking English power as well. Alas, speaking which we are doing right now, you have been talking to many callers as well. So you have to speak a lot as much as possible because the speaking can be learned by speaking only. Now, last but not least, I would say English is just a language, not a rocket science. And nothing is impossible in this whole world. Impossible itself says if you break it down, I am possible. So enjoy the process of learning, keep patience, believe on yourself, be confident, and just become the best version of yourself. This is how you are going to master this language. I'm done.
Wow, you just give a long speech, and that is very important speech for all us English learners. And thank you, sir, for your speech. And you get the topic of many important topic like think in English. And actually, I wanna add a thing that if you don't have a partner, many people have excused that they don't have a partner, so they don't improve their English, they don't have environment, then they couldn't speak English so fluently. So I'm telling that for you. Even you don't have a partner, just self-talk yourself, talk with yourself, self-motivate yourself. Then you go in front of a mirror and use a mirror technique to fluent your English and improve your English, enhance your English. But for creating environment, as I say, you have to describe your environment in English, and as you say, think in English. And think in English is just important thing that change everyone's life through English students. Okay, so thank you, sir, for giving your speech, and we have a lot of time together. We meet together. I'm just over the moon to meet with you, and that was a great experience. So time is getting long. Should end of the video. Okay, so have a great day. Bye bye.
Yeah, Baba, it was really nice, wonderful, fruitful conversation with you. I've enjoyed a lot. We'll talk again in the future about some different topics and keep talking, keep practicing, and keep improvising your foreign accent. Wish you all the best for that future. I think it's sunny. See you soon.
Bye bye.